offensive coaching now in the league that didn't exist 20 years ago. There's so many smart young guys. The McVay tree alone is just so many smart guys. And so Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, and Baker Mayfield found a second, third, fourth team, and they hit. And that didn't used to happen, Eric. If you didn't hit on your first team, like Drew Brees was the exception. Like it was over. Yep. But the offensive coaching now is so good that you can find the Liam Cohen or you can find somebody, and they take Sam Darnold, Kevin O'Connell, and turn him into a star. So Justin Fields is fascinating. Justin Fields goes from defensive culture Chicago to defensive culture Pittsburgh. Now it's defensive culture coach Jets. So I don't have high aspirations for him. But I will say that his numbers in Pittsburgh, if you extrapolate them out over a season, were like B++, that he was actually pretty good. Where are you in this new NFL where, guys hit a third team and they often have a Darnold season or a Baker season?
Yeah, it's very easy for us to bury guys, especially high draft picks, if they're not successful right away. Everybody wants instant success, and guys develop at different rates. And we saw it with Sam, we saw it with Geno. Ironically, Sam and Geno were both Jets picks that hit somewhere else, and now the Jets are trying to do it with somebody else's first round draft pick. But there is now precedent for it. And Baker had a level of success early, and then had to go through a little bit of a hero's journey to get back to Tampa Bay and do what he did there. And I'm optimistic for Justin from this perspective. Is each year his touchdown to interception ratio has gotten better. Yeah. The amount of sacks that he's taken has gotten better. His completion percentage has gotten better. So those things are positive. And as he becomes more comfortable in pro football, and now the Jets have given him an opportunity to be a starter, they're committed to making that work. It's going to be really interesting to see if he can still trend the way that he's trended over the last 4 years. And there's a real shot it could work out extremely well. And even if it doesn't work out, Colin, he's $20 million a year for 2 years, and really $30 million is guaranteed. He's a fraction of what other starters are getting paid in the league.
Yeah. Listen, first off, the 4-2 record and the 65.8 completion percentage and 93.3 passer rating and all that, that's all well and good. But when you watch those games with the Steelers, you could tell it just wasn't quite there, which is why they went to Russell Wilson. And when they did, the offense immediately looked differently and in a positive light. And I think there's some optimism for Justin Fields as well, because he is trending, and you can almost throw away the Chicago Bears years. I think that's, at this point, that's fair. The problem for me with Fields is, more than anything, is he still looks uncomfortable running an offense. He looks uncomfortable executing an offense. And unless he's really locked in with a great OC or a great offensive head coach, it's harder for me to see how he's going to get better at that or grow in that and just look more comfortable. And I don't have the strong sense that he's going to be able to do that with the New York Jets. And again, he had some nice moments with the Steelers. Let's just look at the Steelers. He had some nice moments with the Steelers. But the moment Russ stepped in, you immediately could tell, oh, that's a seasoned veteran. Oh, that's a guy who knows how to run an offense. That's a guy who's truly comfortable on the field. And when Justin Fields is there, it's just not that. So it's not like Justin Fields is just like this absolute bum and he can't play football and they got to get him out of the league. That's not the argument here. But Justin Fields, in order to legitimately be a quarterback that you can truly win games, get to the playoffs, win playoff games, that actually matters in the NFL, you got to be able to run an offense. You got to be able to execute the offense. And it's just that's what I've consistently failed to see out of Justin Fields. Combined with some specific moments in games when you're just I need you just to be able to make this throw. And he can't. He just can't do it. There was the time when he got knocked out of the Steelers game, and then it wasn't even Russ, I forget who it was, came into the game and made a throw that you were just I haven't seen Justin Fields be able to do that not only all season but all game. And it's not like it was like some big time big arm throw. It was just someone who was clearly more comfortable in the pocket, just comfortable seeing the field. So Justin Fields still has such an uncomfortableness to his game. Even if his stats and certain metrics can be trending upwards, he just doesn't look comfortable. He doesn't look settled quite yet. And he's able to overcome some of that because of his athleticism and because he is obviously like a good enough quarterback. He can make plays. Like I said, he's not a bum. He's not actually secretly a fourth string quarterback. But it's just like, it's not quite there. Which is why something like this is like kind of like whatever. 4-2, 65.8 completion percent, 93. I mean, like that can give you the feeling that he was then better than a lot of these other quarterbacks. And it's like, it's just not true. It's just not the way I see it. I mean, like, heck, let's see. Yeah, 65.8 completion percentage and a 93.3 passer rating. And then we got Mahomes, 93.5, 92.6 passer rating. It's like, okay, are we gonna believe that Justin Fields is a better passer than Patrick Mahomes? Like, obviously not. So, you know, just you gotta actually really watch the games. You gotta actually really see how they unfolded. You gotta see why you lost a game. In fact, his best game was a game that he lost. He won games that he played awful in or just not good. Okay, where the offense could not do anything. The defense won those games. And then it was hilarious because in a game that he easily could have won, I think it was against the Cowboys, people blamed the defense. And the defense fault. And it was like, you couldn't move the ball down the field. Do not blame the defense in that regard. But there were the best game he played, I think it was against the Colts, that he actually looked really good. And he actually did look comfortable. And it actually was impressive. And he ended up losing. And I remember making a video being like, this was his best game. This was not his fault. Yeah, you actually lost a game, but like he played better in this loss than he did in some of these other wins. But then again, you watch that Cowboys game. I'm pretty sure it was either the Cowboys or the Giants. I think it was the Cowboys. And it was just like, what am I watching right now? Like, this is tough. And in fact, I remember this very vividly now. He was struggling so much. I'm happy you just remembered this. Collinsworth. I'm almost positive it was either Collinsworth or Aikman. I think it was Collinsworth. Was like, I don't want to keep saying negatives about this because he kept saying you got to be able, if you're in the NFL, you got to be able to make this throw. You got to be able to make this read. You got to be able to do that. And like he started off saying that throughout the flow of the game because it's what comes natural to him. But then it was just kind of like, I can't keep just bashing this kid right now. Like he just can't quite get it. It's like making fun of a toddler for not being able to tie their shoes. And you could see that it was like uncomfortable for him. I remember this very vividly. I'm almost positive it was Collinsworth. I remember it vividly, but I don't remember exactly who said it. But I do believe it was Collinsworth. And you could tell. I could hear it. It was just like, he's just like, if you can't make that throw, then, it's going to be a tough day. And it was just like, and that's what you saw. So you got to see that grow. That's why the completion percentage, the passer rating, touchdown interception ratio, the record, it's like, that's all well and good. But like, you got to figure out how you're actually kind of getting there. I could have an awesome touchdown to interception ratio in the NFL if they absolutely just have me throw little 1-yard passes at the 1-yard line and they can like score a touchdown, right? These little quick little nothings. And they never ask me to throw the ball more than 2 yards. I probably won't really get a lot of interceptions. I might take a ton of sacks or whatever, and my completion percentage could be pretty high too because I'm just like hike, and I just do like quick little dump off passes. It's like, yeah, my books could be cooked a little bit too. But once you try to expand the offense and you try to do a little bit more and you can't quite get there, it's like, well, his touchdown interception ratio is pretty good, and his completion percentage is pretty good, and his passer rating's not too bad, and it's like, yeah, but what can we do offensively here? Like, what can we actually do? And that's what the Steelers faced. And the Steelers were like, not enough. Bring in 39-year-old Russ. What is he, like 34 or whatever the heck his age is? And that's what they did. And their offense was transformed. And it was significantly better. Yeah, I know they didn't win a Super Bowl either, but like, it was clearly better. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Justin Fields and the New York Jets? Do you believe that he is the long-term answer at quarterback for New York? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.